Dealing with pain, dealing with pain, dealing with pain. Pain of all sorts. Physical pain, heartaches from a heartbreak or betrayal. It's really, really, really difficult to deal with. And there's no getting around it, under it, or over it. There's only going through it. And a lot of people run from going through their pain, so they just allow it to, fester in the back of their head, in the back of their mind. They ignore it. They escape from it. People may use food, junk food, to escape from their pain. What makes them feel uncomfortable. Internally, they use food to escape. Many people use scrolling on social media for hours in a day. Many people use drugs, weed. Many people use sex or porn. What else I'm missing? And one of my favorites, music. People use music to escape as well and to avoid that pain. That's not gonna go anywhere until you sit and deal with it. And to move with a open heart, even when you get hurt, it's not easy to do. It takes a great deal of strength. And in order to face that pain with the open heart, you just gotta realize that there's no other way to get through it but to keep your heart open and to acknowledge that pain, accept that pain, and to feel it until it's ready to and feel it until it's ready to go, until it's ready to leave. The more and more you try to escape through those sensory pleasures and the distractions, the more and more that pain gets bigger, or that darkness that you're ignoring gets bigger, and it's not gonna go anywhere. So at that point, you just, what's the point? Because you're just making yourself feel worse, and you're leading yourself down a dark path. And I also notice this is like another reason why people project. They pain onto people, and most of the time is unconsciously, because they haven't sat with it and been conscious with that pain that they're experiencing. So a lot of people aren't bad people. They just been hurt. They've been hurt by a family member, a parent, a sibling, a friend that they thought was their friend, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. They was hurt, and they didn't know how to deal with it. They didn't know how to sit with it, observe it with consciousness, and heal from it, let it pass through, because they didn't know that they're not their emotions, they're not their feelings. It's just something that they experience within the body. So the easy route is to take the ego mindset and close yourself up, close in on yourself, and allow your heart to become heavier. And you try to avoid dealing with people. Like I say, you will use those escape methods that I just named. They'll act like they're good, but eventually it's going to show that they're not good. That one little thing a person may do may irritate you, frustrate you, and now all of a sudden you're just really angry. You're sad, you crying, don't even know why you're crying. That sadness or anger turns into rage. Then you may start hurting yourself, hurting other people, and you're just creating hell after hell after hell because you didn't deal with that little small pain. That pain that was small at first, you didn't deal with that at first and moved on from it. Now you feel worse. Now you feel depressed. You feel like you don't want to be here because this feeling, this pain, this darkness that you've kept trying to run from, go around and go under and over, it just kept getting bigger and bigger and it just never left. Why? Because you didn't take the time to open up to that pain. And not saying like it's not easy, but it can be done if you open yourself up and you stay strong, you stay resilient, you stay relentless, and waking up every day and choosing to keep your heart open, to keep your heart light, even though you have wounds and scars from the past. And for the people who caused those wounds and scars, you may be holding resentment towards them. And on a grander scheme, it's like, it's not even their fault as well, because they too have pain that they didn't deal with that caused them to inflict that wound and pain onto you. So are you going to break the generational curse? Are you going to break the endless cycle of pain? Look up that speech by Pain. It's a character in Naruto. And he gave a speech about pain and the endless cycle of pain. Are you going to break that cycle? In the next vid, I'm going to talk about my experiences with heartaches and heartbreaks, betrayal, resentment, and how I dealt with it. So think about this video before y'all move on to the next.